Kimi K3 released this week. I tested it across 9 graphics and game development tasks, putting it against Claude Fable 5 and GPT-5.6. Within each test, every configuration received the same locked target and the same required asset where one was provided. They used provider-specific agent stacks, Kimi CLI for Kimi K3, Claude Code for Fable, and Codex for GPT. So this is a controlled workflow comparison, not a bare lab model test. Each run was one request, no human follow-up or manual correction after submission. The agents could use their disclosed tools, internal retries, and sub-agents where supported. I recorded the output, time, tokens, and API costs of every run. So let's begin. First we have the drowned Neo-Gothic city. This tests the models on a large environment, the water, city scale, lighting, and whether it can make the whole scene feel like a storm instead of a collection of assets. Kimi took the longest to generate out of the 3 different models. And when we put it side by side with Fable Max, Kimi is outclassed visually in almost every area except cost. Kimi K3 Max came in at $2.30 compared with $11.39 for Fable 5 Max. Against Soul Extra High, I would give this one to Kimi. Even though it costs 30 cents more, it creates a better water and lighting system. The caveat is that Kimi takes 4.7 times longer to generate its result. This becomes a recurring theme in the Kimi tests. It often takes longer than Fable 5 or GPT-5.6, but comes in cheaper on average. Here Kimi is cheaper than Soul Ultra, takes longer and still does better at the water physics and lighting. So the quality winner is Fable 5 Max, but Kimi does very well against GPT in this environment test. Here we have a MacBook Pro 14-inch advert. The models were given the spec and dimensions for the laptop, then had to create it in Blender. Kimi K3 Max took 1 hour and 26 minutes compared with 55 minutes for Soul Extra High. In terms of the output, Kimi wins this comparison. It maintains the chassis shape of a MacBook Pro, especially the curves. Soul loses that iconic shape and ends up looking more like a generic laptop. Kimi does get the MacBook Pro hinge wrong though. Kimi also took longer than Fable 5 Max, but came in at almost 1/7 of the cost. Fable 5 produces the best result overall and does not have the hinge error. So Fable wins the visual quality round, but Kimi is the value result here. It gets the product shape mostly right at a much lower cost. Next we have a turn-based JRPG. The models were given 2 character models, movement animations, and a reference shot. Everything else had to be generated. The battle system, backdrop, floor, special effects, you name it. This is the most agentic workflow in the suite. Kimi came in at $2.86 compared with $9.98 for Soul Ultra. For some reason, the lighting in all the generations is very dark. I think the models tried to match the atmosphere of the hellish backdrop image they generated. Soul Ultra's battle system has more of a side view, similar to what you would see in a fighter game. It also has better floor textures, but the battle special effects are subpar. Fable 5's battle system has more abilities, using ice and lightning, and has the special effects to back it. It pans the camera far more than the other models, making it more cinematic, but its floor textures do not look convincing. When we take a closer look at the cost and generation time, we get a laughable result. Fable 5 cost 43 times more than Kimi K3, which is hard to justify when the result does not look 43 times better. Kimi K3 wins this round for value. Fable has the more cinematic battle system, but Kimi gets close enough at a price difference that large. Next we have the Campfire test. Interestingly, Kimi K3 and Fable 5 converge on a very similar design. When you look at the wood and the rocks, they have the same low poly style compared with GPT-5.6 Soul. The price arbitrage is also ridiculous. Kimi costs 45 cents compared with $5 for Fable 5 Medium and $11 for Fable Max. Fable 5 Max has the best looking fire and environment, while Fable 5 Medium is still the fastest for this simple generation. But I would give the value result to Kimi K3. I imagine you could iterate the given result towards the fuller Fable 5 Max scene, with the moon, stars, and surrounding trees, without spending anywhere near as much. Here we have the space flight test, and Kimi K3's generation was definitely better than GPT-5.6 Soul Ultra. The main difference between Fable 5 Medium and Max is the detail and lighting on the larger celestial objects. Typically, a weaker model or lower effort mode takes shortcuts by reducing the scale of the map or by shrinking the planets and celestial objects. Kimi does not really do that here, but look at the price difference between them all. Kimi is overperforming at $3.25 and took just as long as Fable 5 Max to generate its result. The lighting system is very primitive. It focuses mainly on the ship. The celestial objects and asteroids have almost no shadows and appear to receive light from every angle. The deal you are getting is still phenomenal. Granted, the generation time is long. Traversing from one end of the map to the other takes a long time on the Fable 5 and Kimi K3 generations, mirroring the depth and scale of space. On another note, all the models converge on a similar HUD design, even though it was not mentioned in the prompt, and they had no reference image. Kimi wins against Soul Ultra here, while Fable 5 still has the visual ceiling. Again, really impressive from the Moonshot AI team. Next, we have the Shrine Village test. Again, Kimi K3 overperforms. It gets so much right on a smaller budget, with the caveat that it takes longer to generate the output. Kimi made this at a cost of $2.23 compared with $20.28 for Fable 5 Medium. It also has a more spread out village orientation compared with the clustered one in Fable. For how much is being paid here, these outputs should not be this close. Kimi chose square trees instead of round ones, and it has a larger bridge plus windows with lights. Here both models are neck and neck on price. Again, in my opinion, Kimi K3 wins here. GPT 5.6 Soul has a bridge, but it's not orientated properly next to the lamps. Kimi places a lamp right next to its bridge correctly, and the water looks better as well. Next, we have the Cathedral. Kimi K3 Max costs only 92 cents, and unlike the other tests, its generation time is not higher than the other models. It comes in at only 21 minutes. Side by side, Kimi's generation is a long way out compared with both Fable 5 and GPT 5.6 Soul. And the interior lacks significant detail compared with Fable 5, and the marble floor reflections are non-existent. Instead, it makes the whole floor match the incoming light from the window. It seems Kimi has a lot of catching up to do here. I'm not confident that prompt iteration without subject expertise can bridge this gap. The story does not change when you compare it to Soul Ultra. Soul's output may not be as good as Fable 5's, but it captures a lot of the basic graphical mechanics that are missing from Kimi K3. Yes, Kimi is cheaper than both of them, but its output is not as useful without significant handholding. In terms of visuals, Fable 5 Max wins. As for which model I would use for this use case, it would be Soul on Ultra mode. It gives a much more coherent result without Fable's price. Next, we have the Oasis Outpost diorama. Kimi K3 took the longest here at 39 minutes. Its output quality beats the GPT 5.6 models, and only Fable 5 gives it real competition. Fable 5 Medium costs $21.23 compared with Kimi's $2.72. In terms of which did it better, Kimi K3 again does a great job with scene orientation. The lighting it chooses is a bit darker compared with Fable, but if we emphasize price, Fable does not look 7.8 times better than Kimi K3's generation. In this instance, I am confident that a non-subject expert could steer the Kimi result towards their said desired output with prompt iteration, given the budget Fable 5 used. Lastly, we have the Jungle Temple diorama. Here, Kimi K3 Max produces a disappointing result, especially given it spends 53 minutes generating it compared with 26 minutes for Soul Ultra and 12 minutes for Fable 5 Medium. Granted, Fable is 3.8 times more expensive. Side by side, you can see there's a lot wrong with the Kimi scene. This is the diorama generation where we see the clearest mode collapse from Kimi K3, the bridge, the steps of the temple, and paths leading off the cliff. Additionally, it makes a U-turn in the voxel style we saw in its previous dioramas. You would think this generation came from a totally different model because it's not consistent with what we've seen from it. Fable 5 Medium wins in terms of visuals and scene consistency. As for which model I would use for this specific use case, I would say Fable 5. Even though it is the most expensive, but I'm more confident I can steer it compared with GPT 5.6, and its output was the fastest, so here you get quality and speed. Kimi K3's main strength in this suite is value. In the JRPG, Campfire, Spaceflight, Shrine Village, and Oasis tests, it gets surprisingly close to the more expensive models. Although it often takes longer to generate and can fall apart on the more technical graphical scenes, some gaps still need significant hand-holding to close. Fable 5 remains the model I would choose when I care most about the visual ceiling of a one-shot prompt. Kimi is the model I would test first when price matters, and I have time to iterate. GPT 5.6 often sits in the middle, and Soul Ultra is still a very good pick for technically coherent graphics without paying Fable's full price. Note, these results show what each workflow produced once, not how often it would reproduce the same result. Thanks for watching. You can see more detail about each result on my website and blind vote on the results to see which model you think did it better. If you want the prompts, build scaffolding, and tutorials, you can get the builder pack on my website. This supports the channel, it helps me make benchmark videos like this faster, and lets you reproduce the results and incorporate the skill set into your own development workflow.